Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Harry Muppet. Welcome back to another Starcraft 2 Daily Masters cast. Let's start by checking out the game. Down the bottom left side of the map, we do have Mr. Avenge. He is 19 years of age from South Korea. Plays for the Jin Air Green Wings team. And his opponent up the top right side of the map is Mr. Solar. He is 18 years of age from South Korea. Plays for the Samsung Galaxy team. Now, we've cast both of these players before. Although not too often. I think it's mainly in these round of 32 Premier League sort of deals, but probably in some other places as well. So yeah, they're both pretty good, and it'll be very interesting to see which one comes out on top in this game. Looks like Solar going for an extremely heavy macro approach early on. That is, I do believe that's a third hatchery before the spawning pool. So very, very greedy approach, but should be able to come up with something. It's interesting though, Avenge is going for the Nexus after the Cyber Core, so a little bit of a less risky approach, but I don't think he's got really too much to worry about because Solar, with these very, very early third base, is not going to be sending anything out to him anytime soon. He does allow him to get a Stalker nice and early on, and whether or not he's going to be able to do anything with that Stalker, probably not. So I think that early Cyber Core is more for getting the gate tech started and more for getting an early Stalker to deal with any sort of craziness that happens, as opposed to actually being able to go out there and actually deny this third base or start doing damage to Solar. I don't think he's capable of that. I think it's more for defensive oh shit sort of moments. So there we go, both players going for a bit of macro starts. Solar definitely going heavy on the macro, but Avenge not too far behind. And yeah, we'll just be seeing a ton of workers being built in the next few minutes, and then who knows what tech is going to be coming on. It's going to be interesting. Avenge going for 2 more gateways though, so it does look like he wants to be pushing the issue sooner rather than later. And with this Nexus coming down and with a whole bunch of workers popping out, definitely looks like he may be able to push the issue, but we'll just have to see what Solar does here, because if he just explodes in workers, then a few Stalkers coming in there may be able to do quite a bit, but you just have to see. We do have a Spine Crawler coming down on the third base, so he knows something is going on. The Stalker getting attacked by Lings. This is not good. Link speed only just started though, and oh, the pylon has been detected. Are we going to see some units warping in here? He's got everything he needs, but the pylon is about to go down, and of course you cannot warp in units on a pylon which is going down, because then the units go down as well. But the pressure from the Lings quite high. The Mothership Core coming down. He's finally risking warping in a bunch of Stalkers, but all the shenanigans going on here have given Solar more than enough time to decide, yes, I need a crap load of Lings, I need them now. There is a bunch of Stalkers coming in, and I need to be able to deal with them. Downside is, Ling speed is still some time away, but I think with this amount of Lings and the fact that he does have creep surrounding his base, he should be okay. There we go. It's going to be a little bit of a back and forward here. The Stalkers have to duck in to take out the Spine Crawler, but they do not want to hang around if the Lings are going for them. There they go. Spine Crawler goes down. The Stalkers are a beautiful time warp as well, and now they're going to be moving in, but Link speed is just around the corner, and I don't think that Avenge is going to be able to do it here. I don't think he's going to be able to take out this hatchery. The Link speed is going to pop up, and then Avenge is in a world of trouble. There we go. There's the Link speed. The Lings are going nuts. The Stalkers are starting to go down in a serious way. Some Zealots are coming in, and that is going to chase the Lings away for now, but the Roach Warren is actually a Roach Warren coming out. It's 2/3 of the way, 3/4 of the way down, and that is looking pretty good, and the Lings just all over these guys. There's no way they're going to get close enough to destroy that hatchery. No way at all. Unless he just gets a massive amount of units, like 10 Zealots or something like that, just rolls in and starts owning everything. I don't think it's going to happen. But regardless, we do have a third base on the way, so Avenge, he's gone off the crazy attack going here, going straight for a third base. Solar does know about it, but those Lings are going to get taken out. However, if he decides that a better use of these 20 Lings is to deny that third base, then Avenge is going to lose that third base. So I don't know if there's really much he can do, but he's going to make sure that Avenge doesn't do anything to this base first. There we go. The Lings surrounding some more Stalkers. Stalkers dying. The Roaches doing a great job. The Zealots all going down. and the Stalker's running for it. And I would be extremely surprised not to be seeing all of these forces go down to that third base very, very soon. But just finishing off the Stalkers for now. These guys do not have blink. They are at the mercy of the Lings pretty much. All going to go down. And yes, there we go. Are we going to see a push on Avenge's third base right now? That is the question. The answer is got to be yes, as far as I can see. But maybe he's left it too long. Because there is quite a bit of defenses here. Roaches are going to help with knocking down these defenses. But still, it's going to be a very, very hard push. The Lings are going to run in there. They're going to see the cannons. They're going to have to back out. And they're going to have to wait for Roach support. And there's not that many Roaches here. So I don't know if there's enough Roach support to really make it happen here. But for now, yeah, look at that. 3 cannons, man. And a bunch of Zealots. Even with more Roach support, I'm not sure if you can make that happen. So, doesn't matter too much. Iron Solar has full map support. He's got full map control, sorry. He's getting his 4th base. He's still looking pretty good. His income is pretty good, 68 over 60, although 60 workers for a Protoss player is nothing to sneeze at. So Avenge still has more than enough to keep a good army going. He's a little bit behind, about 14 on the army supply, but he's getting a bunch of Void Rays at the moment, and those are going to be seriously bad news for the Roaches. And here we go, single Void Ray actually coming out, starting to take out some workers. 2 Void Rays here could potentially take this base down. The anti-air capabilities of Mr. Solar at the moment are pretty much nil. He's got some Hydras coming out, but the Hydras are not going to be here for a little while. And that hatchery, I don't think that hatchery has a chance. It is going to go down. Meanwhile, the main force trying to go in here, and some more Void Rays coming out. That is going to be it. Those Roaches are going to get owned. Did we actually see those Void Rays? I think they warped them back. And yet the Mothership Core warped those guys back. I thought for a sec the Queen killed them all, but no, they did do a Mothership Core warp back. And now Solar is going to have to face the very, very tough play of having to counter Void Rays. It's always tough, because when you have enough Void Rays coming out, they are so beefy and they do a surprising amount of damage that they can counter an even number of Hydras. You have to have a ton of Hydras. I'm not talking about 1.5 times. I'm not even talking about 2 times the amount of Void Rays. Maybe even more than that. It's scary how well the Void Rays actually do against Hydras, considering that Hydras are supposed to be a straight up counter to the Void Rays. But we may be seeing the first engagement coming up very, very soon. How many Void Rays do we have? 6. We've got 19 Hydras, 20 Hydras. So Solar is definitely getting on top of this Void Ray situation. He's got, I think 20 Hydras is definitely enough to deal with these guys. He's building 7 more. So yes, and the Hydras of course will help with every single gateway unit out there. So Solar is going to be a very, very good position. We do have a Dark Shrine coming out. That could mean DTs, which is, yeah, I don't know if it's going to be too much of a problem. Could also mean Archons, which could be a problem for this army. Oh, the Void Rays. Come on, Hydras, get some Void Rays. There we go. 1 Void Ray going down. The Roaches are starting to go down quite heavily, though. And, I mean, the Roaches are useful to soak up a lot of damage. But, yes, those Void Rays have to be very, very careful. A lot of them are dying. There we go. A flank coming from the backside, but I'm not sure if it's a great idea to be flanking Hydras, because, of course, they will absolutely own all of the gateway units. Force fields are blocking a few of them out, but yeah, they're not doing too bad. They're just about to take the Nexus out. So much Hydra damage. These guys are doing such a great job. Level 1 weapons, and the first of the DTs come out from the crumbling ruin of the Nexus. There's actually 7 DTs here. Oh my god, there's like 9 DTs. How did Avenge afford this many DTs? The Hydra population just got absolutely demolished, obliterated. That was a significant investment into Hydraless numbers that Solar put in. They all died now, they're all dead, and now we got some Archons coming out, and this is going to be bad news. I think he's morphed most of those DTs into Archons, but he left a few of them to just go out there and go nuts. I gotta say, that's a really, really great play there from Mr. Avenge. He knew that Archons were going to be helping him out a lot, but he built them off DTs, and he used the DTs to such a great effect before he actually morphed them into Archons. So yeah, that was it. That's beautiful. Look at these DTs taking care of the reinforcements. And they are force fields as well, doing a great job. But the Hydras are still going nuts. The Zealots are melting so fast with this Hydra DPS going down on him. And you can see the Overseer on there. So Solon not taking any chances. Can the Hydras continue to just make things happen here? It looks like the answer is yes. With only level 1 weapons, they have come out and they have done a beautiful job. He managed to get a ton of them up again. And I think this 4th base really helped him out. 74 workers. Fantastic play there from Mr. Solar. The DTs knocked him back a step, but he had the macro to just get out a ton of Hydra straight away. And that's it. He just pushed again, and the Hydras could not be stopped. I mean, maybe if Avenge had pushed for Colossus or pushed for, I don't know, High Templar, Storms and that sort of stuff, maybe he could have done something against the Hydras, but the Archons weren't enough to deal with the Hydras, and he just couldn't deal with them. He just couldn't deal with the Hydras. They were just too good. The key counters, Colossi and Storms, he didn't have. And he just didn't have an opportunity to go for them, because right when he needed to go for them, his 3rd base was being knocked down, and that is a huge drain on his macro. So he just couldn't. He just didn't have enough. Anyway, that's it. Thank you very much for watching this game. I do hope you enjoyed it, and I will catch you guys tomorrow for another one. Stay tuned.